Hello, and welcome to the commentary of the 12 EPs in 12 months. Man, it's been 10 years since I wrote and recorded these songs. At the moment, we're listening to The Lowest of the Low. Now, this piece of music was definitely inspired by an old cartoon, an old 80s cartoon called Robo Story. About a little girl who gets, she gets trapped on a robot island far, far away. And for years I thought I just imagined the show, but I met a man named Andrew Saltmarsh, and he remembered the show as well. So that's where this came from. Also, it borrows a lot of mood from the opening music to the Dark Crystal as well. It's all just mellotrons. I don't think Dark Crystal was mellotrons, but anyway. Never forget that you are the lowest of the low. There's a direct line from the show.
Then I'll be there. he's gonna offer his daughter ransom. Come and carve his dinner. Up he rolls and away he goes, an angry man was here. A bit of meat and one that turns to life out on the sea. Boy, and he spoke loud and high. Ye would offer on me see a man break out the pie. A meat it was, a meat it small, if I sit by the fire. Cuss it be your own stepmother, for it was her desire. He is a clown and black for his eyes say. He has caused the old stepmother, we burned up the stake. He has caused the master crooked boy to let the snake. And he has made the kitchen boy the arrow with his tell, you call it a fear, I call it electric and hold it quite dear. Scratch it all out and scratch it within, over your faces, under my skin. The sky is a blindfolded mess, the clouds slither past like they're hiding something. The stars are just bricks in the sky, and the moon was a kite until some cunt slipped it
taping up these holy boots to keep from getting wet. I wonder if these clouds present a promise or a threat, wailing on a thing it thinks I haven't thought of yet, waiting out for something more than that. Tongue-tied and over-tied up, silencing these sounds, hell-bent, obsessed with sounding clever and profound, realizing that the bottle's already halfway down, and when it's down, I guess it's down. But at least I've tricked the ceiling and myself into believing it's the sky. When the beach was my backyard, well then I laughed so goddamn hard until I cried, staring out the window, feeling dead and watching wind blow up the sand. When my eyes catch my reflection, that I realize I am not much of a man. Purging all the parts and pieces that ain't worth a shit, burning over trying to get the smallest slot to fit. Something tells me that it's not the last I've heard of it, making room for something less than this, sorting out the ones to burn and the ones I'd maybe fix, thinking of the ones I lost and add them to the list, try not to think too hard the ones I might have missed, 'cause when they're gone, I guess they're gone. Turn me sour from sweetness and I turn my strengths to weakness every night, and it's easier to forgive and to forget than it is to face it and to fight. So I guess you best be leaving, and I'll just go along believing best I can. 'Cause when I get to drinking that, I realize I am not much of a man. This is a song called Wood, which I wrote the music for when I was probably 16 years old. And to this day, I'm still a little bit worried that I've ripped this off from somewhere, as most songwriters will know but may not admit. A big part of songwriting is ripping things off, intentionally or unintentionally. And I'm definitely guilty of both. But I can't put my finger on whether or not I've actually taken this melody from somewhere. Actually, the song was written because I had a crush on a girl named Becky Wood in high school. That's where the title for the song comes from, Wood. But it's not about her. I changed the lyrics to mean something entirely different.
Just close your eyes, it'll all be alright. I'm sorry for wasting your time and stealing your lines when I ran out of mine. And you know I was well asleep tonight before I even closed my eyes, so I can't give you what I should. I suppose this is the spot that we both started. I'll take out my burned out heart and I will strip it back to wood.
So there, if I opted to go with a rhythm section, that's where they would but the idea behind this EP was to keep it as stripped back as possible, so no other instruments. I think on a song later on, there's because the idea was to not even have any effects or anything on the vocals or the guitar, other than just a bit of reverb and obviously EQ and stuff. Yeah. No more than one guitar at a time as well. But I think there is one song where there's two guitars, more or less playing the same thing, but just for the spatial effect.
So I suppose this is a spot where we both start. So I'll take out my burned out heart and I will strip it back to wood. So you know that I would fall asleep tonight before I'd even shut my eyes. I guess I tried as best I could. And I know that I can't go, but you can't stay. So I'll just keep whittling away until I've stripped it back to wood.
There it is. Thanks for listening.
And the spaces between were so wide and elongated. I thought I'd combust when it got to the spend. Oh, and feeling around, thinking time that we've wasted. And spaces apart like a means to an end. And the face that you made had its place in the middle. And vastly I made what I thought I was in. Oh, and sleeping aloud, you were talking in riddles. But amazingly I understood everything. So it began like it never ended. I took it lightly and made no vows. I never thought it real like I pretended. But you taught me how, and fleeting it was, and in no way sustaining. You're cut like a branch that was busting to swing. Oh, and beating it out, I'm in no way complaining. Do you not understand what I'm meaning to say? Just lay my head upon the foreign dirty
away. And the face that you made was the face of an angel. Tried to teach them, I pleaded with them. They never listened to a goddamn word I said. I tried to tell them, I tried to warn them. They wouldn't listen, and now their son is dead. See, I see grid lines, sometimes in straight lines, and there be danger where the grid lines meet. I see him glowing, they're on the surface. They're running deep, Lord, deep within the dirt. And the streams were crossing under his bed there. And that was why, Lord, why the young boy hurts. But hell, they put all their faith in Jesus. But where's your Jesus when the devil does his worst? You want an answer to heal his cancer, to move his bed along closer to the wall. See, I see grid lines, sometimes in straight lines, and he's sleeping right there where the crosses fall. But they say I'm crazy, y'all think I'm crazy. You're just an old man who's clearly lost his mind. But your son is dying, oh goddamn he's a dying. And it's all because of the water in these lines. I tried to warn him, but he died last autumn. There goes another soul that I wish I could have saved. I tried to tell them, but they had to bury him. And don't get me started on where they've dug his grave.
not the one to know. Cover me with beans and promise. I am not the one to know where I go when I am laid to rest. I am not the one who needs. I must have been asleep or dreaming. I am not the one who sees or hears my pleas when I am laid to rest. Through my hands and through my heart, to my head and to the stars. I am not the one to know. Cover me with seeds and moonlight. I am not the one to know where to go when I am laid to rest.
Hello, everybody. It's Mike here, talking you through the 12 EPs in 12 months. This one is an EP called Old, Old, Old. This track is called I Get the Picture. I don't really remember where the title came from, but I remember writing this melody. I'm trying to remember anything else interesting. I don't even know if that's a keyboard or a guitar playing that melody. Must be a keyboard. The sun can't hold a candle to the moon. So this thing basically was entirely driven from thinking of that song title. Quite often songs just begin as song titles. The sun can't hold a candle to the moon. A few people have mentioned that there's quite a lot of moon material in Toehider music. I don't know why that is. Wasn't an intentional thing. Now this has Peter Marin playing drums on it, who was in Template with me. We started that band together. I haven't listened to this for a very long time. Looks like I was running out of breath.
And everything sounds like the Beatles. And maybe you just feel like rolling like a stone.
Obviously that's a Beatles thing because of the flute mellotrons, but it's also, I think, a Chris Christopherson lyric, something about maybe you keep rolling like a stone. But then again, obviously there's the Rolling Stones, and Bob Dylan had roll like a Rolling Stone. Who knows where the phrase Rolling Stone came from? I'm sure you can't really attribute that to anyone, right? So I guess this is like an early example of just noticing a tendency for me to write lyrics as if I'm talking to someone, but really talking to myself. Quite narcissistic, I suppose, or No, not really narcissistic. I don't even know what that word means. Anyway. Slide guitar solo, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's cool. That sounds great. It's like that's this old 70s trick of putting like a flanger effect on the entire mix. That sounds cool. I might have to do more of that in the future. Are you sick of this narration? So that moment of self-realization I used again in many songs. The most current of which I can think of is this conversation is over. Having the final line of the last verse, kind of having that realization that, oh yeah, okay, I'm talking to myself here. Now, from memory, I think tracking the vocals for this EP, I was really sick. And sick and frustrated. Back then, I used to think it was important to go and set up somewhere else to try and get the vocal, you know, stand in a vocal booth and record the vocals away from the computer, but I don't do that now because there was no point to doing it that other way. This sound effect at the end of this goes on for way too long. It's really stupid. Still, I don't know where that came from. Maybe like the Mars Volta or something, just having lots of sound effects. I don't know. Can't remember why I did this. All right, here's a song called Old, Old, Old. Now, the very beginning of that song, this song, sounds like a Pain of Salvation song that came out a few years after this album came out. This Toehider album came out. I can't remember the name of the song. I think it's on one of the Road Salt albums. And I remember listening to the Pain of Salvation thing. Even it's the riff is not similar at all. It's just the tone of the guitar and actually just the first two notes. Sounds really similar. But this is very much a Led Zeppelin vibe. And lyrically, this song is basically about getting sick of thinking about sex all the time. There's the little John Bonham foot triplet. more just straight ahead 70s rock here. Maybe a bit of Black Crows or something like that. This was in the live set for ages, for years. But we don't play it anymore. What does that remind me of? Right, Nutbush City Limits. Deep Purple land, I guess, here, really. Speaking of Deep Purple, the next song is about as purple as you'll get. So this guitar solo I'm really quite fond of. I mean, it's just, you know, it's a rock and roll guitar solo, but yeah, I just thought some of those chord changes are kind of cool. Again, it's an unnecessarily long chord. Weird ending. Alright, this is a song called Lay Down Mara. Straight away we can hear the Deep Purple influence, particularly the Deep Purple Mark IV influence. We played this one a lot in the live set as well, I haven't done it for years. Alright, so I think this keyboard solo was played by my friend Richard Allison. I think, or I might have got him to play something and then I manipulated it. Manipulated the MIDI information. But he came out with this, which is very cool. And then the Descent is cool. Then the John Lord. This is a Angus Young style solo, really. It reminds me of Let There Be Rock. Ooh. I can't remember if I think I played bass on this. Sometimes I got Amy Campbell to play bass on some of these songs. I can't remember which ones. Man, this is so Deep Purple. I mean, they... if you ever want to see how much they ripped off people, just go YouTube Deep Purple rip-off, whatever, you know, they used to do it all the time. All bands did back then. Nobody cared. Yeah. You better believe it, baby, baby, baby. I actually did it on the album. That's hilarious. David Coverdale. Yeah. So there you have it. Alright, this song is called To See You Again. This has a little bit of, with a little help from my friends kind of vibe to it. It's also, Salty pointed out that it sounds like, there's another song from Dazed and Confused, the film. It just has this kind of, you know, waking up from a hangover. Like, lyrically, this song I wrote when again, probably when I was about 17 or 18 years old. I was in a band called Flying Circus, and I met a girl who had the same birthday as me, and we were playing out of town. We're still in Western Australia, but because Western Australia is so freaking huge, you know, it was like 5 hours out of Perth where I was living at the time, and she's like, well, once you finish your set, why don't you come? I'm having a party at my house. I think it was our birthday at the time or something. I can't remember what the relevance of why I remember it was. We were both born on the same day, or within a day of each other or something. And I was like, cool. And then I went to her party with the hope of, you know, hooking up and stuff, and I got there and she was so drunk, like to the point where she was just laying on the floor, just kind of with one eye half open, just looking around at everyone, and you know, her friends were helping her, and it was like I didn't want to, you know, because I barely knew her. I just left. And, but yeah, I don't know. I just was thinking about her, like in the next few days when I got back home, and that's the cheesy story behind this song. Back then, I would just fall in love with anyone that would pay the slightest attention to me. Again, I don't know where I've ripped this melody off from.
wake up and shiver. Pour some comfort in a glass. Watch the rain drip through my fingers. I watch the whole morning. And Lord, I know
That's good.
that you're out there, but just to wait until be found.
Good.
But the rain gets so heavy. And Lord, I hope I don't drown. Sometimes I get angry at nothing. I feel like I'm losing my mind. I've had it so wrong in the past for so long. It's just got to be right this time. So tell me, is this real? And is this how we are supposed to both feel? Can I be sure? 'Cause I can't take no more. Or is it something I just have to believe? So tell me,
Love that drum fill. Peter Marin on the drums, everybody. Yeah, you can really hear that my voice is kind of struggling here. Like I said in the previous song or whatever, I was sick when I was recording the vocals for this. But as is the task I was setting myself, I just had to get these things done. Kind of feel like this is a common thing that I use. A Lydian outro, Lydian jam outro. I don't know if you know what Lydian is. It's a musical mode. And the return of the flanger effect, I think, on the fade out. Yeah. Cool. The song goes for ages despite not having a real guitar solo. So this song is called Take Your Pick of Stars. Sometimes I've seen it written somewhere as Take Your Pick of the Stars. But Take Your Pick of Stars. This song was inspired by a friend of mine who lost his 2 or 3 week old baby to sudden infant death syndrome. Which is awful. And just thinking about that whole time. This was 10 years ago now. It's pretty upsetting to think that kid would be 10 years old now. Straight away sort of evokes a bit of a Pink Floyd kind of feel. guitar solo was probably inspired by Catch the Rainbow by Rainbow from the Live on Stage album.
Hold the skin to open breast, a tiny heart with zero rest, hard to end and to begin, worse to spare or let it in. The blood will ease but never stop, and fragments of that time will drop. Everything is different, sure, but less is less, nor anymore. You take your bigger stars, anyone's will do. They fight the moon for light or love, and rarely they do.
And rarely they, I don't know what I said then, and rarely they endue. I don't know if that makes sense or not. Take a lot of liberties with finding words that rhyme. So here we just have that reintroduction of that reoccurrence of the melody that appeared at the start of their album. So I think it started life here. Anyway, that's old for you. Stay with me on the next installment where we look at Toehider 2, which is the debut of the Teen Wolf Easter egg obsession I have with Toehider music. Thanks for listening, guys.
A lot of good fortune is found in yourself. It's such a misfortune, but you've said that already. I'm not here to judge you or anyone else. You're dreaming, not sleeping. But she slept in the hallway. Her lipstick was smudged all across the wall, like arrows that pointing to a scene most disturbing and quite clearly made no sense at all. Who you with and what you do is really none of my concern. Why you came, where you've gone, and if you return, take it, it's yours, take it far from itself. And tonight, whatever makes you feel better, take me and yours, 'cause I'm far from good health. And tonight, we couldn't get any further. Stop wasting my time. Stop wasting yours. The favor's worth nothing. How could you even begin to? You can't offer much when you've nothing to give. At least try and say something. You'll never wanna hear this. Can't handle you dying with no reason to live. Just spare me your pity. From the moment he saw her, he knew that he was for her. Never mind, she's a giant and completely reliant on certain things he couldn't possibly begin to provide. They were wed in the autumn with a ring she had bought him, but her folks were against it and they weren't in attendance. What's he wanting with a giant? What's he got to hide? Well, her face, it was horrid, but her heart, it was solid Late at night with young Malcolm asleep, she would creep out the back door. Despite the creaking floor, she'd make her way onto the street. Wee hours of morning when she'd return with a crumbling body tied. Lights bright and wide, but slowly she drift off back to sleep. Malcolm Dustin, you can trust them. Use your feather, duster, buster. Don't play kind now, don't play blind now. There's only one way you can find out. Malcolm powder, rockin' down her. I can feel there's something about her. Don't be scared, it isn't further. You should feel her bad behavior. For a time things were dandy, but a house that looked fancy. Making love was quite chalky, and she used to play naughty. Now she plays a silly games of darting round the truth. And she once was persistent, now she seems non-existent. Her rock body and wire frame became harder to maintain. And to be fair, our giants are much prettier in the youth. And the true colors showing, and her stories were growing. She late one night when the fires were out, the giant laid him in. They laid there both in bed. She said, Malcolm, soon we'll have a child. Oh, Malcolm Duster, you can't trust her. Use your dusting, rolling buster. No more tears now, it's quite clear now. You have been sterile for years now. Malcolm, there's your proof right there. Oh, problem you just must take care of. The words you want to, that's the water. There's more to her than break your Driving down the mirrored street, she pulls into the driveway in her barely driven four-wheel drive. She's not yet met her neighbor, but if she stands up on her toes, she can just slightly see in through his halfway open curtains. She feels as though she has. Jingling for the front door key, she carries 2 bags in each hand and dumps them on the counter. But on what is it counting? And as she checks the messages, she separates the blacks from colors. Then it knocks a little. She sighs or groans, lifts up the bus, and sniffs and steps inside. And though the thrill of life has lost and abandoned her for many years, at least she has that fantasy, the man from number 13. Tears her old dress off and grins and lowers her down into the spa. He makes her feel together, he makes her feel once more. And time is short, there is no time. She digs her nails into his back and looks him square into his soul, or at least his eyes' reflection. She feels the load explode away. A humdrum limp existence thinks it's stupid, shakes her head and squints and reaches for the pen. I wonder why she left her diary near the sink. I wonder why she wonders why. There is a time for all of this, she thinks. I must have dinner ready before 6. I'll help if I can have something.
In a maze mad with ropes and some unfunny jokes, and where the glass is kept clean as a whistle, some mysterious folk live down there in the smoke, and they're frequently referred to as the Quistle. Through far between, although quite easily seen, they were gorgeous even if they looked funny. They kept the glass clean and they kept the grass green, and more often than not, the sun sunny. My yes, a lovely race they would often embrace, but not getting caught was the main thing. You see, kissing a Quistle and whistling with Thistle could easily be thought of as the same thing. Like the prick of a thistle, if you may kiss a Quistle, assuming you have the opportunity. One does ruffle the feathers of the establishment's endeavors, and be blacklisted amongst the whole community. But anyway, I digress, and I guess it's hard to digest, but if the lip bleeds, then well, you have to stitch her. It causes me great pain that it's so hard to explain. So to help you fine folk, here's a picture. Okay, so then I made a suggestion to the Quistle in question, as he asked, "Now what, dear narrator, now what?" Well, the needle and thread, I said, I kept under my bed, in a box decorated with cow spots. A cow box is, strangely enough, a tad mangy, and is capable of many things. But I'm certain that this'll be perfect for Quistle. For bleeding lips, cut scars, or, well, anything. So for 4 years he traveled to my house here in the gravel, and his mode of transport he dismounted. And undoing the two locks, upon opening the cowbox, that fuzzy little Quistle was countered. Now, countered, what is that? Some backward-bound mishap? What's involved in this disconfiguration? I'm not great with words, and indeed, it's absurd. So I must rely on another illustration. Ha ha! You see? With eyes on his chin, one would frown, one would grin. They'd always be feeling the opposite. They wouldn't share nostrils, but yes, the same tonsils. And were they annoyed? Oh my, not a bit. So quick smart they sewed up the lips which had swelled up, and the stitches were sweeter than honey. But the top half did frown when they rode back to town, because in all honesty, the lip looked pretty funny. The other Quistles did scoff at them, but that really didn't bother them, for you see, they were used to such dramas. But you know it's been said that when they headed to bed, one was heard to ask,
Where's my pajamas?
occasion. See him carry on his shoulders as he changes wrong to right. Birds one with the singing and the bells start with their ringing. Surely no one can defeat him. Surely no one can match his might. With a heart as big as the moon, you're never too near and you're never too soon. With a will that's stronger than steel, you mean what you say and you do what you feel. Time stops to a standstill. See him run down from the black hills with the tower just ahead. His blood thought filled with twisted wrath. The serpent has been waiting and its hatred mutating. Its slimy tongue it glistens as it sees him on the path. Sweat pours from his cold brow. He knows that the time's now. He's been hiding and waiting for the perfect time to strike. And his heart pounds like a hammer. And for vengeance he clamors with a deep rapid descent. A swings for Alex and his life. With a heart as big as the moon, you're never too near and you're never too soon. With a will that's stronger than steel, you mean what you say and you do what you feel. With a heart as big as the moon, you're never too near and you're never too soon. With a will that's stronger than steel, you mean what you say and you do what you feel. There's a champion that lives deep within, just waiting for the right time to strike and to win. You feel it in your blood, in your heart, when you know it's your destiny. With a heart as big as the moon, you're never too near and you're never too soon. With a will that's stronger than steel, you mean what you say and you do what you feel. With a heart as big as the moon, you're never too near and you're never too soon. With a will that's stronger